How goes it, ladies and gents? I am Enzo. You're watching Buhay Basket, and this is Starting 5. Alvin Pasaol was an unstoppable force in college. Yes, at UE Recto's canteen, but more so on the UAAP hardwood. Now that he's in the PBA, it's interesting to see whether or not he'll be able to be a walking bucket once he plays in the big league. Will he be dropping 40, or will he be sitting out for 40 minutes? I personally think he's going to be just as effective in the PBA. He has that mama power game. There are former UAP stars whom Pasaol can draw inspiration from. Players who balled out for their schools then managed to take their star status all the way to the PBA. We've picked the best 5 examples from the years 2010 and beyond. By the way, we had to limit this within 2010s because otherwise it would just be too easy. You got Jawo, Kaidik, Paras, Johnny A, Yap, and so many others if we went all time. Trust us. This timeline is just way more interesting. Now let's get to the list. At the 5 spot, we got Jason Perkins. The crafty forward had 2 remarkable seasons with De La Salle. It was his rookie campaign though that was truly sensational. During that time, his numbers were insanely efficient. Yep, the hefty lefty was a problem, and it resulted in a lot of good things for DLSU. In the 27 PBA draft, Phoenix made the great decision of choosing Perk. He won Rookie of the Year, he was an All-Star the next season, and in 2020 he made the so-called leap as he notched 17.8 points and 8 boards a night while hitting 51% of his shots. If you ever doubted him for his extra heft back then, you owe him an apology. Mr. Pasaol, you better be taking notes. At number 4, Chris Newsome. He only played a couple of seasons for Ateneo due to a mind-numbing residency rule. However, as soon as he got to suit up in 2013, he wasted no time showing off his athleticism by throwing down dunks with enough flair to make you go, woo! Because he got flair like Ric Flair. Woo! In his final UAAP season, he was a mythical 5 member whose high-wire act delighted the Blue Eagle faithful and left the opponents deflated. Entering the PBA in 2015, the Meralco Bolts got themselves an immediate contributor in Chris. Consequently, he was named the Rookie of the Year, beating out the likes of Troy Rosario and Moto Tua. In his first 5 seasons, the 2017 PBA Slam Dunk King has been consistently solid across the board and was posterizing people as a side gig. Why he hasn't been a perennial all-star is as baffling as the IATF's quarantine ski. Just check out Awesome Newsome's career stats. At the 3, we got Paul Lee. The lethal weapon was the guy who led UE to its last UAAP Finals appearance. That was way back in 2010 when the Red Warriors gave Ateneo a scare. Thanks to Lee, of course. As his play progressed, his basketball swag tripled, and so did his popularity. During his best years in college, Paul Lee's game was considered a must-see for any UAAP fan. The nifty crossovers, the smooth pull-ups, and most importantly, the swag were all there when he was picked 2nd overall in 2011. 9 years in, his better moniker, ang angas ng tondo, continues to fit him like a glove. With multiple PBA crowns and numerous individual accolades under his belt, it seems like the Paul Lee show is just getting started. Number 2, Terrence Romeo. You might have hated him for some of his antics, but the phrase, wala, magaling talaga eh, always followed Terrence Romeo criticism. The backcourt tandem of Romeo and R.R. Garcia was FU's version of the Splash Brothers. Even more terrifying, as the Tams became more and more of his team, Terrence went on a murderous scoring spree. For his crimes, he was sentenced to 2 mythical 5 medals and an MVP trophy in season 76. Coming into the PBA in 2013, it took Romeo a while to become a PBA champion, but it didn't take too long before he exploded. In just his 2nd year, he bagged his first of 3 scoring titles. Why wouldn't he? His crossover and layup packages were just filthy. In 2019, his scoring prowess finally translated into championships. Wala eh, magaling talaga eh. At number 1, should be no surprise here, we got Kiefer Ravena. As a young man, he was already referred to as a phenom. No biggie. Keith lived up to the billing and then some. When it was all said and done, Ravena gave Ateneo 2 UAAP championships and walked away having won these prestigious individual awards. If one play could sum up his spectacular college career, it would have to be a Sports Center-worthy in-your-face jam over Kareem Abdul of UST back in season 75. Whew. Since getting drafted in 2017 by NLEX, he has yet to achieve success like he did in the amateurs. But his play has stayed at an elite level. He's undoubtedly the man of his squad and is probably the most prolific playmaker in the league. Without a doubt, Kiefer is a top-tier PBA star. Did we miss anyone? Did you want R.R. Pogoy or Jeron Teng in there? We considered them, but one of them wasn't a big star in college and the other isn't as dominant as a pro. Let us know what you think. You can reach out to us and state your case. But for now, we gotta bounce. Be excellent to each other.